Alright, so let's see here. Basically at a pound. Let's see what we got here. Alright. I'm going to take this out in the sun here. Okay. So we're whacking at that copper carbonate. So this is a felsic for sure deposit material. It's definitely lighter material. Quartz feldspars, clays, which indicate your lighter materials. Feldspar, silicates, iron oxides are in here. That's cool. But there is some turquoise kind of stuff going on. So calcite, limestone. This one's neat because there's a, it's really slick right here, if you can see that. It's really slick. Where it looks like the faulting, the slick and slide was happening. That's juicy. Other bits of copper carbonate. So this one's fun just for the just to look at this awesome copper stuff. Makes this a fun one. So don't want to be sacrilegious here. I'll probably take these out for scientific purposes. Ooh, that's another nice piece of copper. Okay. What's this in here? So I think the gold's gonna be some serious looking. That looks like some silicated stuff in there. So definitely hydrothermal fluids came through here. So just for fun, I might do, I might do 20 mesh and then a 30 mesh test. So dang, that was nice about the tertiary. They got real fine, real quick. I like that. See that iron in there. Alright, so I'm going to classify this down. Start with the 20 mesh. Don't mind that, I had a little bit of lime in the crusher. That's not supposed to be in there. My impact mill. Alright, so this is all that's left. Went through the 20 mesh. The problem here is I've got too much of a difference between this size and this size, as you can see. So I'm going to opt for a 30 mesh screening instead of the 20. And that's going to be because I've got this left in the 20 mesh. We're going to go a little bit deeper, y'all, into the fineness. So I'm going to put this all back and redo it. Alright, so this is what I've got left. This will have to be crushed further. And this is what I've got now. Still quite a bit of a difference, but not as bad. I'm going to pan that stuff out. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, that's rusty. That's real rusty. There for sure. Break that up by hand. Trying to find that. Get in there. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. Get in there real good. That's enough water. Feel that clay in there. Alright, I'm gonna get in there with two hands a little bit. I'll do this one. Use two hands. And I only go halfway. 5 times. Go back. Slowly dip. And halfway. I don't go all the way back to here. Water. Just halfway. Back. Stratify. Real careful. Don't go all the way back. Get in there. Carefully tap. Carefully tap. And then I begin panning. Bring it back. To the back. Tip. And then you can panning halfway. Leave all this alone right here. And just this part. Oh, look out for there. I'm gonna borrow material forward. If I do that, I'm only gonna go about halfway. I just want this stuff, not back here. Oh, I got back here. One hand. Get back. There. Go halfway. Halfway again. Down black sand. All this black sand there now. There's plenty. Get some fresh water in here. Still some soap in there. Go and pause it. I'm just going to put a drop in there. Just for caution, that's plenty. Turn it around, away from the ripples. Clean water. Main thing is you want clean water. Okay, so we got it up there. All the materials to the top. Pick out the spectacles. And we start bringing it back. See hands? Okay, not seeing it visible. 1 pound of raw ore. Probably not enough to be able to see anything. Okay. Got some good gold there. Little flakes right here. Let's see if we can show you. Right there. Nice big ones. Right in there. Ooh, I'm liking that. Ooh, look at that one. That's the biggest right there. Right there. That one. And that one to the left of it. All right. So the geology at this deposit is really neat. And the silver and copper like that coming together. Some had a little bit of maybe copper in there. But the pieces were big enough to visibly see with the naked eye. And then when I got in there with the jeweler's loop, I was like, whoa. So for 1 pound, I did not expect that. They weren't really jumping out huge or anything. But you know, I took my time there, got it all the way down to the very end, and took a second or third look in with the jeweler's loop, and then I was able to see those bigger pieces. So being that they are bigger and it's ancient, so the geology of this is really cool. The pieces are bigger, the gold is bigger, it's mixed with silver and copper. Not as clean, but definitely way bigger, and that was awesome. Yeah, there's the biggest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one right there, 5. That's a beauty. Some smaller guys. And big guy on campus. That one. An ancient river per se. It might have just been cracks in the earth, and the felsic lighter material with the hydrothermal fluids moved into those cracks, and then over millions of years with the faulting and the shifting, that this little vein got broken up and smashed into basically clay. And the whole thing could be kind of like a fault gouge clay situation from the faulting. I haven't seen evidence of huge rocks or river rocks in there or anything. I have seen little veinlets of dike swarms going through there, which tells me there was hot iron mafic magma being shot in there, along with the felsic hydrothermal fluids and the feldspars, crushing all that and just making a softer clay-like deposit. And of course I think water of course got in there, and maybe water did move through there at one point, but I haven't seen any rounding of rocks, so this could be more of a lode than a placer with kind of a placer characteristics. Definitely possibly tertiary time period, or tertiary. There's definitely water and hot fluids going through there. But yeah, we'll have to study the geology of all those intersecting veins. They're coming off 90 degree off the fault. So yeah, definitely going to be a fun one. So stay tuned for more videos. We'll have to go back, get some more. 1 pound definitely isn't gonna cut it for my viewing pleasure or gold getting. So we need to get maybe a ton of that stuff and see what happens.